everybody. Hello, hello. Get to the top of the comments here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm feeling much better today. Everything's going well. I'm noticing that the crypto community in general is starting to give Hex a break. And I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know why the building is blinking like that, but it is. So, poor Pepe's head's getting cut there. I think that we are seeing a shift in the sentiment around Hex itself. And I hope that it makes you as excited as it does me. Because I know that since the beginning of Hex, I've dealt with a lot of BS around promoting Hex and talking about Hex. And imagine this, I wasn't even paid to talk about it. I took a lot of crap as well as a lot of the early Hex skins about Hex. I lost a lot of friends. I had people who I thought were my friend who were calling me a scammer because I was promoting Hex. It was really sad. And I admit to you guys, I got depressed over it. It was hard for me, especially in the early days of Hex when Hex was underperforming quite a bit. And then all of a sudden the God Whale came in and changed that all around. But looking back, man, it was a tough time. And it's good to see people coming out, apologizing and saying that they now support Hex and they're talking about it at least and not saying anything in a negative light. I think that's fabulous to see. And I think you guys can all agree that it's a definite shift in the sentiment towards our favorite crypto. Hello, Francis. Penny. Put some respect on it, yeah? Good evening, fellow Hexkins. Hey, Meltoni. My favorite time of the night. Stephen R. Oh, wow. Thank you. Ted Nelson. Good evening. Pepe. Hexacan. Loud Clouds. Yes, sir. Yep. Haven't seen Loud Clouds. Good evening, Randy. It's good to be a Hexkin. Yes, it is, Doug. Hey, great seeing you all. Happy to be here for for my Randy stream. Hey, Steve. It's good to see you live when I'm doing it live. Good morning, Sandy. Isa. What's up? Good to see you. Hey, Mudhog. What do you think about these allegations that you're hiding Satoshi Nakamoto in Panama? Well, when I first got into crypto in 2012, 2013, before I actually make my first purchases, guys like Eric Voorhees and Ira Miller used to hang out right around the corner from my house. We used to be called New York Bagels, and they used to sell Bitcoin and stuff right out of there. So it's a possibility that they were hanging out with guys such as Satoshi Nakamoto. I can't confirm or deny. Hello, Corey. These guys Corey, Gary, and Dane had a great stream earlier today. Hello, Crispy. Lazy Hexkin. Today sucked. Time to watch something. Yeah. Oh, really, Jeremy? Hey, we all have days like that, man. Whew, look at that price. Whoops. 0.0758. Wow. Imagine that. It's been a while. Locksmith, hello. Crypto Compassion. Hello, Mom. It's gonna blow. It feels like it. It feels like the sentiment of the community is already there, but it seems like the influencers outside of Hex are starting to see the light. Like, wow, did we really mess up on this one? This thing's still around after over 3 years. Maybe we were wrong. I haven't gotten any apologies yet. That's kind of odd, but who knows? If people really weren't your friend, then who cares, right? Mr. Rock Jockey, really? I watched most of it. I didn't get to the part where if he talked about Hex, I missed it. Hello, Sarah. Let's go PulseChain. That's right. Absolutely, Rainmaker for real. Today sucked. Time to watch something to increase my knowledge and help me laugh too. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, you're welcome. Hola, hello from Vegas. Hey, Ben. What's poppin' pimpin'? That's good. Oh, God. Corey says, I love Hex. Man, just think about what we have. We have a crypto that was suffering on this blockchain. So the founder goes and he builds a copy of this blockchain that runs faster, has more throughput, all that good stuff, just so Hex can run better. I'm going to keep pushing this because I don't want the narrative to go away from Hex. Yes, it's possible that you have major X's coming for PulseChain, major X's coming for PulseX, but neither of those two things would be here if it wasn't for this blockchain messing up and Hex suffering because of it. Hex is going to do very well when it goes to PulseChain. Just don't forget that narrative. Just warning you guys. P-Hex. Pay attention to it. Hex about to come out from the shadows. You can't hide the light forever. Zeusy 369. Absolutely. Yep. Remember those days. It makes you better. That's right. One of the guys told me today that my breathing is sporadic. That could be one of the reasons why my blood pressure is high. So I've always been a sporadic person, though. That's just my personality type. I'm all over the place. Hey, lights out. Good to see you, sir. Liquid Loans is now allowing staking of PulseX as well as PLS. Yeah, you know, John, or Dr. Romano, I've always thought that was kind of odd why they didn't. It makes sense. So if the guys at Power City did it so easily, then the Liquid Loans guys already did it. So why not just add that script to make it capable of doing it for PulseX too? So that's cool. Loud Clouds, nice to see a strong community. Absolutely. I got blocked and deleted by people. Well, we are doing just fine now, aren't we? Damn straight. Yeah, I've been feeling vindicated for a long time, but seeing the price come back up definitely helps. When we were at 56 cents last year, man, I felt really good. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Can we go back there? Really, Timothy? XRP has been the same? Yeah. I used to be really hard on the XRP community. When I left, I mean, it was one of my first 10Xs. I'm talking about 2015. And, that when I found out what it was, I stopped supporting it. So another airdrop from Maximus DAO. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. So anybody that has Maximus DAO, you get an airdrop. Do you think PLS price is going to dump for the first month after launch? No. I said no. Nope. The one that would have the biggest chance of dumping is going to be PLSX, in my opinion. Duke of Booze. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, brother. Mr. Vinny, we don't know what the prices are going to be. They're at zero. Zero. We have to have something called price discovery. Hello, Serena. We won't have true price discovery until we have the bridge. The bridge is when new money from Ethereum gets bridged over to PulseChain. That's when you're going to see the true valuations of PLS, PLSX, and PHEX. Until that time, it's just us moving like bottle caps around. And who can grab the most bottle caps with ratio trading? I'm recommending my people that they do not participate in ratio trading unless you are really good at what you do and you know how to set limit orders. If you do not know how to set limit orders, stay the hell away from ratio trading, because one wrong zero and you're going to mess up and you're going to pay someone like me. Because I'm going to have my limit orders in. I'm ready for you guys to make mistakes. Hey, Robert. Good evening, Randy, aka Believe in Yourself here. Hey, welcome. See, that's easier to say. Robert Brooker. What I'm so impressed with are the communities building around Hex. Steve D, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. And I wrote the first article about the Hex communities back in, had to be April, May 2020. And I was saying how amazing the community was. And I can't find the article. It's almost like they took it down. A couple of my other articles are still up on Crypto Daily, but that one, that's gone. I can't find it anywhere. You know, I might be able to find it on Steemit. I may have posted it to Steemit. Any idea, Randy, how long the time will be from when the snapshot is taken to the actual launch? Like that. There is no snapshot. It's just a fork. That's how long it's going to take. People think there's going to be a snapshot. No. Just a fork. You still like Hedron icosa this cycle? Jim, I'm always going to like Hedron icosa. Hedron is like my money printer. Anytime I need some cash for some reason, whether it's playing casino or something like that, Hedron's there. Or if I say, like for Famous needed sacrifice money. I just minted some Hedron, sold it. I sold icosa when it hit $1.02, $1.03, something like that recently. And now it's time to start buying back icosa. So, yeah, I love them. We're going through another cycle for Hedron icosa. I think that's what you're talking about. So we'll have another 12 weeks until, or maybe it's 11 weeks until we start having big auctions again. So the price should start creeping up, especially for icosa, and it should be interesting, as well as the hex price should be going up as long as we have the possibility of mainnet coming in May. No, I have not looked at the steakhouse project yet, Moonmut. I know it's looking good. People have said some cool things about it, so I will check into it. But it sounds like the Maximus DAO, from what I've heard, Maximus DAO came out with their idea, and it's very similar to what Steakhouse is doing, but I'm not 100% positive, so I might be shooting myself in the foot here. If you don't have Hex, you're missing out, and they'll eventually figure out. Yeah. Make sure you got some Hex, guys. Some Hex exposure. Hey, Matt. A 1 T-share 55 stake today will conservatively be worth 1.2 million $20 Hex DCA calculator. Jeez. 1 T-share? Wow. That's pretty good money, guys. Maldoni. Oh, problem solver's got out his cores. He's listening to me bullshit. He's got his cores. It's a recipe for disaster. I really don't see the problem with promoting Hex. My only real beef is the cultists ruin it for me. Yeah, Weber. I didn't like that either. And I think maxis in anything ruin it. It's just how life is. Someone made a comment to me recently, or someone made a comment that if you're not 100% Hex or promoting Hex, then you shouldn't be in the community or something like that. And I'm like, man, motherfucker, what are you talking about, man? I bled for Hex. Really, I cried for Hex because I was so upset that I lost friends over Hex. It was so stupid, you know. I mean, you think a person is your friend, and because you own a certain asset, you're a scammer, and they don't want to talk to you anymore. That hurts, and it cuts deep. You know, guys will understand. Ladies, maybe not. Jeez. From what I've seen with women, you guys love to stab each other. But guys, we don't like to. Normally, we don't do that stuff. You know, you're my man. You know, fist bump. What's up? You know, hope you're doing well. I don't judge you for assets that you hold, right? Usually it's like, oh, cool, man, you're investing in stuff. That's great. Just because my tribe, my Hex tribe, you don't like them. So you don't like me anymore? Come on, give me a break. And ladies, I'm not talking out of line because remember, I was a nurse. I was outnumbered like 15-1. Randy was the nurse who would stay out with the patients because I thought it was more sane than being in the nursing station with the nurses. For reals. No, I didn't catch that one. Sorry, Vinny. Cheers, Timothy. Bright light. It's doing good. I feel really good tonight. So as far as the Patreon's concerned, I'm just going to put it here. The 30-minute consult, that was my promotion in February. That's gone. All right, guys. So if you just sign up to be part of the Telegram and the weekly call. Tomorrow night we have our it's our fourth call tomorrow night, 8 p.m. And it should be interesting. And tomorrow night we'll be playing casino because I have some money on bets.io. We'll be able to play. I did roll out something new for the Patreon though. I have like monthly 1-hour consults with me. So if you want to talk to me an hour a month, that's going to be available now. And that includes everything else that we have. And that's the first person signed up today. There's only eight allowed for that one, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. RH is doing his hard pivot on the outrage marketing and updated his bio, just giving solid information-based tweets as now. Outrage done, weak hands out, rotated to focus, determination, and drive. Whew, thank goodness. That was painful to watch. I know, I understand why he was doing it, but it was still painful to watch. 8 cents before the week is out. Oh, could be. We're at 7.59 right now. It wouldn't take much. Tizzy Jones says, I'm sorry. Thank you, man. You're the first. Good evening, Rennie and fam. Smash the like since we cannot do super chat still. Tea time. Look, man, I even went and got a P.O. box here in Panama so they could send me my little card for Google AdSense to verify my address. I'm still waiting on it. I need to go check my mailbox and see if it arrived because I did that like 6 weeks ago. And then I updated my address in Google, and hopefully I'll get the thing so super chats can be added. I want to be monetized. All right, I'm not gonna be running a bunch of ads on my stuff because don't need to do that. But I do want the super chats, and the reason why I want the super chats is because I want people to be able to shill shit. I don't mind. So you guys come in, say that this couple of these new PulseChain products or projects, they want to get their name out a little bit. Go ahead. It's going to cost you something. Okay. If you guys want to super chat something like that, I'll charge you $50 to super chat something like that. Why not? It's up to you guys to decide whether you like it or not. Francis. Waters Above, the very end of his video, he talks about Hex. See, I got to like 3/4 of the way through it. Hex Force 1, good to see you, sir. I like Richard's working tweet better than his twerking tweet. I totally agree. Hey, value, Brand. Excuse me. Hex now with this awesome price history. Oh, hell yeah. I rewatched your chat with Access Alive. It's hard not to see this pump about to happen. And literally silence on Twitter about Hex that was going on when it was 2 cents. Yeah, they're all talking crap. Hey, has anybody seen Eric Wall lately? Eric! Earth to Eric. Wasn't it more to improve with Ethereum horizontal scaling? It's a narrative, but it was built for Hex. Richard's very good at marketing. Pocket rockets again tonight. So what he's doing is trying to mold a narrative where everyone likes it. So if you want to appeal to the Ethereum people, you tell them, look, We're going to help Ethereum by offloading some of that load and bringing it to another layer 1. And then if you want to appeal to the Hex skins, it's all about Hex, right? And majority of my following are Hexicans. So that's who I'm talking to with the marketing side. Now, there's going to be plenty of other projects who are coming over to PulseChain because they can't deal with the prices over on Ethereum. It's destroying their product, and they got to come over. So that's cool too. That's another narrative that could help us market. Shamrocks and shenanigans, absolutely. Thank you for coming. The ongoing mission to be enthusiastic openly about Hex while standing on the shoulders of giants. Robert Booker, yes sir. It's going to be, difficulty's not done yet, guys. But the easy part is coming. Someone's just, my Telegram, the no permissions Telegram, just, it's lit, man. And now that we've got like 100 and something people in there, it's starting to get busy. Crypto 7 and X Live that says there's a snapshot. Mr. Vinny, it's a fork. Okay, traditionally, a snapshot is used for airdrops, right? So you say at this block height, there's going to be a snapshot given, and then the launch will be on this date. But Richard has said multiple times in his live streams that there is no snapshot. It's just launch. And whatever the blockchain says at that moment is what you get. I think 15 years is long. 1999 was 24 years ago. Exactly. And I remember it like yesterday. I got out of the Navy in 99, April 99. I still remember driving home from Virginia in my GTI. It's like I could see it in my mind like it was yesterday. Crazy. Feeling good about my little purchase of Hex a couple days ago. Damn straight, Ted. Way to go. P-Hex to $15. I don't know what Morema Mayala means, but cool. I think Famous Sacrifice ends this week. Yes, it does. More Hex. Absolutely. 15 years ago, smartphones were barely taking off. Yep. And I know because I was working for Sprint PCS in 2000 and 2001. And I was killing it. I was making so much money. After being in the military and being broke all the time, then going to work for Sprint, I was like, man, this pays well. What do I think of the fiat on-ramp Coast? We need it. Let me turn my volume down because this is... Yeah, Coast is doing a good thing. We need fiat on and off ramps. And the more that we have, the better. And they have Wait Token. Wait Token was their first offering. Already it's my day off. I get to watch you live. And yeah, nice, Duracell. You mentioned that Hex may have been on a bull run for 5 months, I believe, on Twitter. Do you think that Hex could really kick off the next run? Well, it kind of already did. I'll explain why. So since Hex is on a 5-month bull run, and it wasn't affected by the FTX debacle and Celsius and all that kind of stuff, Hex has never been a coin that was on centralized exchanges. So we've been steady, and on November 1st, Hex, Bitcoin, and Ethereum all had a green Aurochs indicator for the monthly candle. But 5 days into that, or 6 days into that is when the FTX news came out. And what happened? Bitcoin tumbled, Ethereum tumbled. With that, the Aurochs indicator disappeared, because the Aurochs indicator can always disappear within a month until the next candle paints. Well, 4 or 5 days in, it got wrecked. So Ethereum and Bitcoin lost their Aurochs indicator. But Hex did not. And Hex is at 2.1 cents or 2.2 cents, something like that. And the Aurochs indicator was green. So I stay bearish, and I'm going to continue to stay bearish because I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I don't think this bear market's done. But I think it is for Hex, and the only reason why I think it is for Hex is because we have PulseChain version 3 coming really soon, and then we have PulseChain mainnet coming. Those things are all super bullish for Hex. Does Bitcoin and Ethereum have that kind of stuff to keep it stable? No. Why? The broader market is in big trouble. I think the Dow Jones is going to go down. I think tech is going to go down. When that happens, it's going to take Bitcoin and Ethereum with it. I don't think we have seen this bear trap play out yet, but I think it's still coming. I think it was B-Flow or somebody was talking on Twitter today. They mentioned to me like, "Oh, Randy, but you said it was a bear trap." Yeah, I still think we're in a bear trap for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hex is its own little show. We have shown that we are decorrelated. Sometimes when the bad news comes out, yeah, Hex takes a dip, but it recovers real quick and it doesn't do what the others do. So be prepared that when PulseChain version 3 is announced, that we'll have a nice little pump, then we'll have a nice little dump, because that's what traders do. But then after that, we're going to have probably a lot of excitement going into the launch of mainnet. And I don't know if Rich is going to give us a ramp, a 1 week ramp, 2 week ramp, 3 week ramp, or he may just say, you know what, fork's happening right now. We'll see. Is there going to be no parity between eHex and PX? There is no parity. Once we have a pair, that changes everything. But in the beginning, there is no pair. The first 48 hours for sure, there is no pair. So the first 48 hours, you're probably going to see eHex go bam. You're going to see PHEX go bam. And then they'll both rise together. And I think PHEX will probably outperform eHex in the long run. Red Bull, good, Green Bear, good morning. Scarface, shalom, my friend. I don't know, Ramon. We'll have to find out. I'll research it. Maybe that's what I'll talk about tomorrow night. Hello, Benny. Do you think PLS will be gatekept? If not, do you think it will be the Trojan horse for Hex? Yes, I think it's a Trojan horse. It's not going to be gatekept because all these exchanges are getting free PLS for holding Ethereum. Blessed Lent. Thank you. Crypto is the only place you can say, I'll buy the dump with a straight face. Thoughts on Steakhouse for Magic Carpet Ride? See, here's another one. I don't know Steakhouse yet. Today was the first time I've heard about it. Liquidity pumping 200% since SEC stablecoin talks. And just listen on Binance. Pretty bullish for liquid loans and Power City and what they'll do for PLS and PLSX. But yes. Hex. Oh. Liquidity. No, I said liquidity. Liquidity. That's what he's talking about. So Liquidity is the project that has been forked for PulseChain, or for liquid loans, and for Power City's function that they're doing for the staking of the PLSX. So yes, you're absolutely right, Scott. Liquidity's been going crazy. So I think that's looking really good for those of us who sacrificed for Power City and for liquid loans. Do you think PHEX will dump at PLS launch? Yeah, I think so. The first 48 hours, for sure. Call out the Hex executioner in the icosa telegram. That guy has some mind-blowing knowledge, goes deep on market makers and price strategies. Nice. We have some of the smartest guys in our community. Yes, we do. Hello, Sam D. What is the penalty if you end your icosa or Hedron stakes early? Is there one? Yes, there is a penalty. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think it gets worse. It just gets worse the longer you have left to go. PHEX or PLSX? I'll choose Hex every time, guys. Every freaking time. But I have a lot of PLSX. Pac-Man, 10 cents by weekend. Let's do it. T-shares of what they are just now seeing. What's that, Z? Hey, Alex. Yes, there's a minimum stake amount of time. It tells you your penalty before you end stake. Yeah, thanks, Penny. Hedron's 50217. Icosa is 61 cents. And icosa went down to 51 cents last week. Stizzy Jones Steakhouse. It's a new project. That's going on PulseChain. Maxwell Style came out with Pool Party, and I have not checked it out yet. Yeah. It's just so many things to keep up with. When the time is up, you don't have to end stake for Hedron or icosa. There's no penalty to just leave it staked. Different from Hex. Oh, okay, cool. There's 86 T shares and 22. I don't know what you guys are talking about because I haven't learned it yet. So let's not talk about it. I have to educate myself, so I'm knowledgeable about discussing a subject, and it's so new that I haven't gotten there yet. What do you think about creating an LP for wrapped Hex PX? It's going to happen, Mr. Vinny. It's going to happen. And that's when you get the support of the price for them to be similar. That's where the talk of having the prices come closer to parity, that's where that comes from. What do you think about Pulse Dogecoin? I don't touch it. Not that one. I touch Pulse Doge, the token, the original. That's the one that I have. Benny Blanco, T-shares are king. Yes, they are. What do you think will pump hardest at mainnet launch? PulseChain. That one's easy. PulseChain is really going to rock. You guys are Benny's putting in the Telegram groups. Looking forward to P-Hex. Wondering if there is a benefit to keep Hex on ETH. Of course. Hex on ETH is going to be the Ferrari of ETH. It's not going away. The price is still going to be there. There's lots of whales who care about the price. Richard has said that he wants expensive Hex on ETH and he wants expensive Hex on PulseChain. So there will be liquidity. So don't give up your eHex. You want to keep them both. Just know that for a while, and maybe forever, that the eHex price will lag compared to PHEX. Yes, go to the Telegrams. You can ask questions 24 hours a day, for sure. I hope the money printer is working. I'm looking forward to my favorite day of the week. Last day of working gambling. Nice. Yep, I've already got my ETH over on the casino. Because actually, I thought today was Thursday. That's what happens when you're retired. You don't know what day it is. I'm 90% into Hex, 100% staked, only chasing yield. Damn straight. I like that too. Hex, my main boo, but I'm still a man and can't help but look at other coins. D-Time, you and me both, man. I totally get that. The toxic maxis annoy me too. Yeah, that's right. Hey, AO. See you. A little B-Flow. We were just talking about you. Morning coffee time in Thailand. Loving your stream timings. Australians do. You're welcome. Yeah, the Australian community loves it. Absolutely. Hey, Robert. Randy sounds like he knows his stuff. I better. I've been doing this shit since 2014. The only thing that I have a problem with now is that there's going to be a lot of garbage that comes to PulseChain. I mean, a lot. And it's going to be up to people like me. Now, I don't like being a gatekeeper, but I feel like I'm going to be given the job of gatekeeper, of trying to keep you guys from getting wrecked by chasing pipe dreams, by chasing these products or projects that are going to come to PulseChain, and they're going to be like, oh, promising you 1,000x every time, and I'm going to have to be like, look, guys, it doesn't work that way. Be careful out there. Don't go giving your money to all these people who claim that they're doing something. There's a lot of stuff coming. I bet you we're going to have maybe 100 new tokens come out in the first 12 months of PulseChain. That's a lot. And you guys are going to be asking all these questions. Randy, what do you think about this project? What do you think about this project? What do you think about... Listen, guys, I'm not going to know them all. But The ones that are top notch, top quality, they have top quality teams, and we know the devs and they're vetted and that kind of stuff, I'll be all over it. But do you know how many freaking messages I get from people who have projects who want me to talk to them? Come on, man. I should have like a project. Like, I wish Patreon had like a one-off payment where you have to pay me $5,000 just to talk to you about your project. Seriously. Like the other day, I had these. I had these guys. I think I talked about it last night about the meeting yesterday I did at the old Trump, which is now the Marriott, and they wanted to speak to me. I'm like, I told my wife, I'm like, okay, I'll go meet them. I don't know what they want to talk about, but I'll go. Comes to find out, they have a centralized exchange and on and off ramp and all these kind of things, and I was just murdered inside because I knew I wanted nothing to do with it. So I just sat there and listened to their spiel. The guy's like, okay, can I show you what we're doing? And I'm like, no, I don't want to see it. I said, I don't want to sound rude, but I do not want to see it because I'm not here to support centralized stuff. I'm not here to support admin keys. And the one guy that invited me, he just looked like, oh man, I fucked up. Shouldn't have brought this guy. And they didn't even know who I was. The guys had no clue who I was. They had no clue that I'm a PulseChain guy and Hex guy and stuff like that. All they knew, all the one guy knew, was that I used to work with Jeff Berwick of Dollar Vigilante. That's the only thing he knew. Should have looked into me a little bit further. Because maybe that's why my blood pressure was high last night, because I was freaking pissed. I would never judge you for your asset, Randy. Aw, thank you, Lunacy Point. Looking healthy, Randy. Oh, Crypto Dave, thank you. I'm feeling much better. Going for my walks every day, taking all my supplements. Today was, I do the intermittent fasting. So I finished all my meals within a 4-hour period today. I feel great. Oh, it's 10:40. Jeez, man, time is flying. Mr. Vinny says Bitcoin is M1 money supply chart. Is that a good indicator of the Bitcoin top next bull market? I don't know, Mr. Vinny. Casino LOL, do the Russian one again. The music was the best. You guys drove me crazy with the sound. I have no idea what to do about the sound, so I think I'll stay away from that one. Here, oh, that's Hex. Let's go to Bitcoin first. This is the monthly for Bitcoin. 4 months into a green ORX indicator. See, this green ORX indicator was actually in the beginning of November. And because it was like up here, it would have happened. But because of FTX, we got a big red candle. And then it recovered in December and we got the green ORX indicator here. So you actually got a discount because of FTX at 16,000. And now we're at 23,485. Everything's looking bullish for Bitcoin on the monthly, but let's see on the weekly. See, we got a sell indicator on the weekly. Looks like the red's about to cross over the green here, so that's negative, positive, and right on the line for fear and greed. So I would say 3 out of 4 would be negative on the weekly. Daily. Well, we got a green on the daily. That's interesting. Demand index, the sentiment. All the demand indexes is sentiment. When you're over the zero line with the demand index, that looks like we're going up, right? Fear and greed is positive. Everything's looking good. ETH, monthly. Still 3 months in for the green. Demand index is over zero. We haven't got the pump for Ethereum has been pretty weak compared to the one for Bitcoin and Hex, and everything's looking good there. Let's see on the weekly. We do have a sell for last week, but the demand index has not dipped at all, so that still looks good. Daily, 2 days in. Okay, so this looks really positive. So we have a green ORX indicator. We have the green passing over the red moving averages. over the zero for sentiment, good fear and greed, and the BGMC, which is the short-term indicator using AI, is now just about to hit the red line. Looks like it's about to go over the red, so that moves it going back into like positive territory. So everything on the daily for Ethereum looks positive. Hex, well, we already know Hex is looking amazing. Excuse me, 5 months in, the moving averages are spreading apart. That's super bullish. Demand index is above zero. And once again, I'm going to tell you why the demand index isn't, you're not seeing much action here. It's just because our volume in Hex is pretty low. And that's always an argument against Hex. People are like, oh, Hex isn't going anywhere because it doesn't have any volume. Well, Hex was made not to have much volume because we stake our coins and we earn yield, jackasses. That's why. Okay, the weekly, still climbing. Demand index 1 over 0. This is our sentiment has definitely shifted. Okay, this is very good to see. And then let's see. I want to see what the short-term one says. Yeah, we're well over green for the short term. Look, there's nothing negative here. Nothing negative to say. Uniswap 50216. Hedron is up 5% today. And this is the weekly. Oh, that was so nasty. Remember that? Wow. And let's go to the daily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days straight. And we just gotta, that's weird. It had to go up for 5 days straight before we got an Aurochs indicator saying that we're going up. Hello, indicator, you're supposed to know down here. That's it. Let's go back. All right. Thanks everybody for watching my amazing TA. I have the laziest TA in crypto. Why? Because I use indicators. I don't try to use lines. I don't try to be smart. I let the indicators do it for me. Good evening. The motorcycles you're heading outside that you referred to are pocket rockets, used to be referred to as rice rockets. Pocket rockets is the brand name of a female vibrator. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate that. That's funny. Blue Bomb, good to see you, sir. Oh, God. One T-share, $1,990 today. $20 Hex and a 55 stake. But remember, you can get a T-share for divided by 3, right? Is that true? Or is that the cost of the T-share at a 55 stake? That's 1.2 million. That's amazing. Hexagon X. Hello, hello. I stay out of the RN dagger throwing fest. Yeah. Anybody who's worked any time in hospitals knows what it's like being in the nursing station. And psych, it's worse. Why? Because we're in a cage. The patients are outside the cage, and we're in this little cage. And I would always be out watching TV with the patients or something. I hated being in the nursing station. Hex and SB, hello. Good question. Hey, thanks, Benny. I don't know which one it was, though. Feels like the summer of 2021 all over again. We're just getting started. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's the Barrica wall. Yep. New all-time high before mainnet seems reasonable to me. It could totally happen. Liquidity is so thin for Hex. Like I said, while I was talking about the charts, our volume is low. And that's why when we do have people coming in and buying a good deal of Hex, it moves the price up a lot because our liquidity is so small. Eric stopped flooding at the exact same time, and Richard stopped flexing at the exact bottom. Could there be a correlation? It's ma'am. Okay. Crypto space starting to feel like mid 2019. That was right towards the end of the bear. And that's my most painful point at that time. That's when I was launching Epic Cash. And I remember the long nights with the founders, you know, just working our butts off. And then November came and I saw that Richard video. I was like, oh, this Hex is pretty cool. So I sold all my Epic Cash and bought Hex. Lights out. Sack more for famous or buy more Hex right now. Go. Ooh, I would probably go for famous. I know that sounds really bad, but I just think famous is going to be such a great project. And you only get to sack once for it. Buy Hex. You can buy Hex any day. Why can't people understand the difference between a fork and a snapshot? I don't know. It's pretty much the same thing. In this instance, it's the same thing. Yep, Moonlight. Yep, there you go. Benny G, it's the same thing. Eric been MIA. Yeah, he sure has. Pool party snapshot is incoming. Here goes another one. Dip catchers late. Okay, that's the one from Maximus Style. Yeah, Blue Bomb. I have to read more into it. I just found out about it today, so I gotta understand it more before I start making comments. Because you know, people take you out of context and all that. But everything that the Maximus Style guys do, I'm really interested. I only had one bad situation. That was the poly one, and even if I hold for poly for 15 years, I'm still gonna be very well off because it's a massive Hedron stake. And I'm going to get icosa and Hedron. There's no downside to that. B-Flow says, I still remember 99, but there's a large blank spot between now and then. Could it have anything to do with the herb? Can you set for famous from Aurochs wallet and Coinbase wallet? You can from the Aurochs wallet. I don't know. I've never used the Coinbase wallet. Do you hold your keys for the Coinbase wallet? If not, I would use Aurochs or I would use the MetaMask wallet. My first smartphone was a Motorola. Mine was Motorola 5520 or something like that. Like a brick phone. I bought it when I lived in Sicily. Hey Randy, happy to see you again. Thanks a lot for your work, man. God bless you. Hex to the moon. Thank you, Ali. What do you think of allegation that you and Richard Hart live stream in the same apartment? He'll never set his feet back in Panama again. He had a bad experience here. I don't like it. 757, yeah, here we go. Let's do it. 182 in the stream of 182 in the stream of 45 likes. Smash the likes, folks, and let's get Randy's algorithm going. Yo, guys, I want to thank you because it was you guys that helped push that Access Alive video that I did live stream with him. It's like almost 6,500 views now. For me, that's outstanding. Put your shoulder harness on, everyone. Oh man, I'd love to see 1757. Jeez. Hi Randy, how do I find out how much it costs to unstake a stake that ended 2 days ago? Just click on it, like you're gonna unstake it, and then it'll show you in the MetaMask or Aurochs wallet, whatever you're using. It'll show you how much the gas is gonna be to unstake. It'll only go through if you click go, right? But you can cancel it and not have to do it if it's too much. I did some unstakes tonight. I took out some Hedron and it wasn't that bad. I think it was like $3 for each one. But if it's a hex stake, especially if it's over a year long, it's going to be a lot more than that. Thanks, Randy. You're the best at answering our question and teaching all of us. I say you're welcome. I'm trying. And that's why I don't want to talk about these new projects yet, because I don't know for myself what they are. I want to research first. So when you guys do have these questions, I'm not giving you bad information. Because I know some of you'll jump on stuff without reading. So I got to make sure that I give you the good info. What's with the pump? Testnet version 3 for PulseChain is imminent. Which project will benefit from PulseChain the most apart from our stuff? Ooh, I think Ethereum. because it's going to take a lot of load off of Ethereum. If I can't afford to unstake now, do I lose a percentage every week of interest earned over the last 2 years? Many thanks in advance. Yeah, you don't start losing anything until 2 weeks. Once you hit the 2 weeks mark. So you have just, find a night. You can actually hit the unstake with a really low GUI. You can adjust your GUI down and go to bed, and maybe it'll hit in the next 36 hours or something. Maxi's almost 10 cents. Nice. My buddy will be very happy. My barber's all in Maxi. He's very excited. Also, when Pulse launches, we can just go on there but buy Hex with ETH. Is that right? And just pay cheap Pulse fees? Anyone. Also, when Pulse launches, we can go on there, buy Hex with ETH. Is that right? And just pay cheap Pulse fees? Yes. Yes, you can do that. You'll have to bridge over your Ethereum. Waters Above mentioned crypto hex today. Yes, you did, System Notes. Yep. I didn't watch the whole video, but everyone's saying that's what happened. Hope we can get icosa to 51 again on Tuesday, the full moon. Crossing fingers. What would you rather have, PHEX or PSEX? Jeez. Water says we continue up during current automatic rally into the May full moon. Yeah, he definitely changed his stance on that. I remember where he said we're going to keep going down until then, and then we start going up. So now I did see part of it. He did say we're probably going down until then, or keep going up until then, and then it's going to shift, and we'll go down for most of the year after that. That's what he's saying. He's saying that Bitcoin can go to 46,000 really easy. We will see. What's your take on Cult DAO and the L2 modulus coming this quarter? I really like Cult DAO, and I had a bunch, and right now I don't, because I'm more concerned about what's going on with PulseChain. But when the time comes, I'll probably buy some Cult DAO again. I had quite a few, but do we need another L2? No, I don't think so. There's too many L1s and L2s, so the competition is going to be steep. What I did like about L2 modulus is that it's going to have privacy built in. Good morning. You're the gatekeepers. Who's the keymaster? That's funny, Jeremy. I don't want to be a gatekeeper, but in order to protect people, I feel like it's my responsibility. I just won't be like, that's a scam. I just won't give them any time. eHex dip will provide liquidity for big money on the sidelines. Ethereum has stood test of time. Big money want minimal risk. They'll buy it. Exactly, Kryptonite. Add a new tier. King Gubby Designs. You should have a list of trusted devs and project founders that could grow over time as the projects succeed and gain trust in the community. Sort of like the hot list for teams and devs. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be great. I just don't want to manage that though. I keep all of my file up here. What was awkward? Beta bedtime. Mr. Vinny, I'm not a TA guy, but he looks like he knows what he's talking about. That's all I got to say about that. The guy's been right so far. Hex just can't make up its mind. I'm throwing on the strips tonight. Shit better work, Randy. I'm called a scammer because of telling you guys to buy nasal strips. Hey Randy, I live near your old stomping grounds, Rochester, New York. It is still a shithole, I'm sure. Anthony, I am absolutely sure. Love it. Don't waste more time than you need to. Exactly. Randy, man, you're a legend. Hey Samuel, appreciate that. $663 per T-share. Okay, so if you do a T-share, remember you get 3 times more, a third the cost of a T-share if you go 10 years or more. So that's why it's $663 per T-share if you stake more than 10 years. No, I did not, Luna. Let me see. I won't pull it up yet unless Richard Hart. Let's see. Flexing is boring. I'm just focused on building and making the world a better place. That's so funny because we're just talking about this right now. We just had that. We just talked about that. He's bored with flexing. Okay. I have gotten so much shit for supporting hacks, banned from Telegram groups, kicked out of locally crypto groups. The tide is turning and it feels good to be right all along. Whew. It's gonna feel great when we're back at it, when we get to 56 cents again. Limit orders are the way. Avoid paying gas. Yes, yes, yes. Crypto Dave, you sacked again. Crypto Kool-Aid, good to see you, sir. What do you think of Hello Labs? I know it has nothing to do with Hex, just I don't know who Hello Labs is. Sorry. Who let the dogs out? Who? Who? About to have hot tub time. Oh, I'm sure you got your glass of wine. Go for it, bro. Let the dog out. I've been getting more Polygon Matic lately. Not a bad play. It's going to do well in the bull run. Steakhouse is easy to understand. I know that much. Okay, good. Thank you, Benny. Did they pay for your meal last night, Randy? How quickly did you know it was nonsense they were talking? Therefore, I hope you had Elmer's caviar from 100-year-old surgeon. No, Neil. They paid for. It was just all I had was a pineapple. We call them batidos. It's just like a pineapple shake. I knew right away when I sat down, once he opened his mouth, saying that they had a centralized exchange. If my eyes could roll, they would have. Oh, God. Hello, James. Out. I'm going to hit the surf today. Keep it simple, Randy. STX just for fun or long. No. Is STX synthetics? I think synthetics will do just fine. Oh, thank you, Crypto Kool-Aid. Appreciate you watching. Yes, Tim. It's fantastic. What do you think of the Fed money printing chart Axis showed with the 10 trillion of inflation? Looks scary. It looks real scary. I'm glad I live here. Even though it's the US dollar, we use the US dollar here. Panama also has the Balboa. So that's our currency. It's just pegged to the US dollar. So I guess if they wanted to, they could just depeg. All fiat Ponzi's are scary, sir. Yes, they are. Better to know the devil you know than the demon you clock into. Damn straight. You can also do the good accounting feature, which will protect the stake from the penalty if the gas fee is high. You can then end stake later past the 2 weeks without losing hex. Oh, Ted. See, I learned something from Ted. I did not know that if a stake was due, you could still just early account it and not have to worry about. Well, I guess it makes sense. I just never thought about it. Aaron, how much would you say is a good amount to sack for famous? I don't know. $500, $1,000, if you can afford it. I put $200 in the cult last year. I'll just forget it until the late bull run. That's exactly right. I remember when Richard shared about his Panama experience. Yeah, I read the whole story. He made some very, 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 very bad decisions. It wasn't Panama's fault. Most of it was Richard's fault. Roman Russo knowledge is the most expensive token in the world. Why ask people about dollar value of what no one knows your risk? Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Bro, never 55. Trains and food factories are blowing up daily. You won't make it 15 years. That's what it feels like. I'm with you, how I made. It's getting crazy out there. David, you're welcome. To Compassion Kool-Aid, I have a box of wine with your name on it. Lars Bub said he will be on Crypto Coffee this week. Nice. For a minute, I thought you were going to say pineapple pizza. Hi from Taiwan. Nice. That is awesome. Thanks for your daily streams. I like your positivity and good takes on life and health in general, not just crypto. That's awesome. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. Pen, pineapple, apple pen. No. No, it's not. We call that sangria. You guys are getting all crypto Kool-Aid all worked up. I'm still predicting May 5th, 2023 for 555 for Pulse launch. Nice. Oi, oi. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, we're playing casino. Yeah. Cheers.